we in?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
We're good. Sorry about that, folks. Technical difficulty. I swear, I think a ghost followed us one. Possible.
I can't even see it yet. Hold on.
Hold on. Let's get caught up here a second. The camera was giving us problems tonight. So let's just get our screens up and we will be able to get started here for you.
Hopefully.
There we
Okay,
go.
there we
People.
go.
There we go. I see it now.
All right, let me share it.
Share it to your sources.
Yeah, I can't. Let me see.
How's everybody doing? You guys doing good today?
We're just peachy. It's been great.
Oh, Robert, don't give me a hard time, Robert.
Not today.
I will tell Carolyn you're not allowed to have any more Funko. No, I can't do that. Why is my comments not doing right? There we go. Hello, Patty. Hi, Julie. Hello, Lindsay. Janelle. Alicia. Everybody's jumping on. Hello, everybody. How are you all doing this evening? Hi, Judy. Heidi. I'm trying to at least get out there and say hello to as many people as I can before we get started.
Yeah, and he's
Hi,
the one.
Geneva.
He has to do it. As you can see, I have no computer in front of me.
Her computer is. It's Windows. That's all that needs to be said. So, are you ready? Or, no?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay. Hi, Marianne. Terry.
Don't forget to share, you guys.
Please share.
The video.
Let all your friends know how wonderful and crazy this show is. It's like the early days of Seinfeld.
Yeah. Oh, really? You think so?
Without the humor and the laughter and the good stuff that went along with it. But we need a George.
Yes. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello.
That's Seinfeld.
Sorry.
It's been rough.
It's been rough, and you're going to learn all about why.
Yeah, you're going to understand.
Well, let me go ahead and welcome you all to TMSM Weekly Live, show number 11 for June 26th, 2018. I'm Scott Atwood.
I'm Michelle Atwood.
And we've got a show for you.
We got a show for you.
No soup for you.
No more Seinfeld.
Michelle Perkins, it's her fault. She said no soup for you, and I went down that road.
All right, I'm gonna try to watch comments on my phone while I can. So if I don't get to answer you, I usually go back and watch. So if you left a question and I didn't get you, I'll answer it later.
On her replay.
Because I rewatch it and critique myself and like, oh, we could have done this better. Wished we missed this.
Which we can't do because it's a live show.
Yeah. Yeah. And at that point,
we're in trouble.
There's nothing I can do. But you know what? It's been good though because we haven't knocked on something.
It's kind of like when you start laughing uncontrollably and you just can't stop, and then your staff just makes other jokes to make you laugh even more, and then you really can't stop laughing and you laugh for like 3 hours after the event.
That happened 2 weeks ago.
Suzanne was trying to do it like an hour ago.
Yeah, I tried to tell people don't do that to me because I'm tired. I'm on overload.
Joe wants to be Kramer.
No, because I will start laughing and crying and snorting and then have to excuse myself. So we don't want that. We don't want that. So
it's been an interesting week. We last week, did we go to the parks towards the end of the week there? Did we go? I can't remember.
Did we go to the parks? Are we not prepared this week?
No, we're really not, believe it or not.
We were supposed to be here last night, but some wonderful, lovely person hacked into my business page and screwed it all up. So that's why we are doing this tonight instead.
Yes.
So we tried to get on last night at 7 at usual time, and it was no-go. It took us like an hour to fix it.
Yeah, and it took me a little bit longer even to fix stuff later. But yeah, somebody hacked into Michelle's Facebook, which unfortunately Facebook is built by man and can be broken by man. So make sure you change your passwords. Don't stay logged in all the time. Don't leave your screens up all the time. Something can happen. And somebody got in her account, and her account is kind of like the Bible for the Main Street Mouse. So if you get in there, you can delete people, and as the head admin, she can delete the other admin, which is me, and without me, then we weren't able to do the video. So we were having a hard time getting all that fixed and getting me back added. And then Facebook's like, you can't do this because it was removed. And we had a heck of a night getting it fixed, but we did get it fixed. Everything's been re-protected.
So we apologize.
We do apologize.
We apologize for that. It honestly wasn't our fault last night. Usually when things are our fault, we have no problem saying we screwed up.
Yeah,
but last night it was just a mess. But we're back and we're doing Tuesday. And it was so funny because yesterday in our private group, people were like, oh, is it Mondays or Tuesdays now? And they were giving me a hard time because we had to switch. And we're like, nope, it's Mondays unless otherwise told. And then we should go to get live and we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So.
And Mondays just seem to flow better, but we got a pretty good crowd for a Tuesday, actually. There's quite a few people on there tonight, so good.
Yay, thank you.
So let's go ahead and get started with this week's show. First thing we're going to talk about is this is the week that everybody's been waiting for.
It is.
The countdown is on. Buzz and Woody are ready. Bullseye is set. Jesse's there. Toy Story Land is debuting this week at Disney's Hollywood Studios. Are you ready? Michelle will be there on Thursday and Friday.
Yes.
And then there's no way we're probably going to be there Saturday because it'll be a madhouse.
Probably not. I've actually been getting messages this week about the opening of Toy Story Land. I will be there on hand early Thursday morning, and I will be there all day. There is going to be a media event from morning till evening, and then there's like a dinner type of thing. And then Friday morning is the dedication to Toy Story Land, and I'm going to be there for that as well. Disney Parks Blog is going to be doing a live broadcast, but God willing, as long as my equipment works, so will I. So if you guys want to see... Watch ours!
I'm not saying it'll be better, I'm just saying
you might get my witty commentary, so watch ours.
And before you go on, Chrissy has challenged you not to apologize anymore this hour.
Oh, Chrissy...
I was
just going to say sorry about that. Sorry about that. Anyway. Over apologizing is my thing. So, yes, I will be there. Yes, I will be reporting as much as possible. I got an itinerary of getting to interview people that did the land, the rides, the merchandise, all that's gone into this huge project. Trying to think what else. I'll get to ride the rides and check everything out, and I'm pretty sure at that point they will let me post pictures. So if you can, watch our Facebook, watch our Instagram at the Mainstream House. You can watch my personal Instagram under Cindershella4. I am going to put out as much as I possibly can. I'm in it for the long haul. It's hot down here. It's humid. We have rain coming. I am bringing a supply bag with me. Extra change of clothes if I have to.
Umbrella, poncho.
Yeah. Makeup,
galoshes,
deodorant, perfume, toothbrush. But no, I'm going to stay all day because the information is all day. And plus, which is really cool, is Disney kind of assigned me a handler that is going to meet me at the park in the morning and spend the day with me to make sure I get the coverage Thursday and Friday. And I had that last year for Pandora. There was Michael who stayed with me all weekend, and I absolutely adored him. He was just awesome. I kind of wish I had Michael again, but I'm sure this other guy is going to be great.
Well, Michael was great.
But yeah, he was so helpful and so great. So I'm really hoping that it's going to be a really eventful 2 days. Saturday is opening day to the public, and if you're going, you guys, please bring water with you. It is so ungodly hot down here right now, and it's not just hot, it's the humidity. It's like you're standing in soup. It's just so hot, and I've seen people not feeling well, being out and stuff like that, so it's not worth it. I mean, yes, everybody wants to see Toy Story Land, but the area back there, it's great, but it's not huge, like big walkways. Right. So if you're going, please just plan accordingly. It's going to be so hot back there, and it's going to be so crowded, and expect wait time.
And don't think you're tough enough that you don't need the water or that you can get through it, because I have seen some of the biggest people drop from the heat down here. It hits them like a ton of bricks, and before you know it, it's too late, and next thing you know, you're laying on the ground, and you've got Disney cast members around you, and you got.
It's not good.
No, it's not good. So just drink your water. Stay hydrated is the most important thing.
Right, because I think it was Lindsay who was standing in line in Disney Springs for one of the Harvey's releases, and she said a lady had actually fainted when she got up to the register from being out in the heat. I think that was Lindsay that
and
said
Lorraine just said the lines are long in there, and even though they're covered, it's still very hot.
Yes,
Lorraine. So our friend Lorraine, who's a cast member, told me.
Yes, our friend Lorraine, who's a cast member and an awesome friend at that, has already ridden the rides, and she's seen the queues because she got to partake in the cast member preview. She said the rides are great, the queue lines are long, and it's hot. So please keep that in mind. But I will be there in the trenches getting information on Thursday and Friday.
Her rose gold backpack on.
Saturday, it's all you guys. You guys have to go out there and tough it out on Saturday. I probably will not. If I get to spend 2 days there and then to go fight the crowd.
Maybe next week during the week we might try it one day with the kids. Maybe. We'll see. Because I'm not seeing it. They only invited one person from each media outlet this time. Even to the dinner and all those things, it's only been one member from each outlet. So Michelle's going because she's a better reporter than I am, and if I go, I'll just be too much. I'll be having way too much fun to even care what I'm putting out there for everybody. So she's gonna go, and I will stay home, and I'll probably work on LuLaRoe all day. And she's playing around it.
Yes. Girl boss in charge. I will be on the scene. So, and then also, real quick before we get to our next topic, we had Josh cover Pixar Pier for us last week. I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, he actually was just talking about that.
Okay, Josh said something about that.
He was just saying if you're at Disneyland or looking to ride anything at Pixar Pier, there isn't much cover there. So if you plan to go bring your water to Pixar 2, also he said long lines are for everything, which makes sense being a new area. So thank you, Josh, for sharing that.
And Josh has information on the new Pixar Pier coming for us too. I believe he's going to be setting that over.
Yeah, he was there for opening last weekend, and Josh is great for us. He's our California coverage for the Disneyland. You can find him over at Network 1901. Him and his wife Angie, and they help us out with everything on the West Coast. So
yes, please that's who I was tagging on Instagram last weekend was Josh, because he's been helping us with California coverage, and eventually I'm hoping that I can get out there and cover it myself.
Then we're all going to go together, Josh.
Yeah, Josh. Then we're all going.
Right. Churros on Michelle.
Yeah, yes, I would like. So, yes, but yeah, if you have any more questions, I'm sure you can ask us, and I can find out anything you want to know from Josh because, like I said, he was on the scene. He saw the new attractions and
he said the
everything
vlog
else.
will be ready tonight. So
all right, awesome, yay! All right, thanks, Josh.
Awesome, thanks, Josh.
Okay, and then we're gonna go off TMSM for a few minutes just because it's a funny story.
Remember off TMSM?
Yes, you remember that? You longtime people who've been following us. We briefly had off TMSM when we moved here 4 years ago, which was supposed to be other things to do in the Disney area. I know, gasp, but there's other things to do besides Disney in Orlando. I know.
I'm done.
There isn't anything else.
Goodbye.
Okay, but sometimes there is, and Disney is awesome. And in the summertime, though, it's really crowded and hot, and sometimes you want to go try other things,
I really like Marvel Land over at Universal.
All right. Anyway, so we're going to go off the beaten path just for a short period of time because it's a good story.
And we're not even going just like down the road. We're going
way off.
We're going north. This Saturday we surprised the boys and we decided we were going to take them to St. Augustine for the day. It's about 2 hours for us. 2 hours, 10 minutes, I think, was drive time to get there.
Yeah.
So it's not that far. It didn't take us that long, really. It took us longer to get on the freeways and up there. But we decided to go to St. Augustine. It's America's oldest city. Founded in 1565, so it's America's first city.
Oh, he did history for you.
I did history.
Oh, boy. All right.
Teacher, so we checked out the city. They have the fort there, which was amazing. The size of it. It took 20-some years to build this fort. You see the boats. They have recreations of pirate ships and things like that. Yeah, there was
a pirate ship out in the water. You could hear it, like people singing and shooting cannons and stuff.
It was kind of cool. And then you walk through the town, and they have like the oldest schoolhouse building, and they have wax museums and all kinds of bars and pubs, and some really eerie-looking cemeteries as you're walking around from the 1800s, which is kind of weird. You're just walking past somebody's house, and all of a sudden there's a cemetery, and then it's another house after. It
looks like the Haunted Mansion, but like creepier.
For real.
Look at people are saying, dropping some knowledge. Boom.
So, I've always been a big fan of Ripley's Believe It or Not since I was a kid. There was a television show, and I lived in Las Vegas. Believe it or not, I have been.
Right.
When I lived in Las Vegas, I went to the Ripley's Museum out there. We haven't been to the one in Orlando yet. But St. Augustine was where the first Ripley's opened, and it opened in the building called the Castle Warden, which was this massive building, this massive house built by a man and his wife and his 14 daughters. Is that correct? 14 girls. One bathroom.
One bathroom.
Yeah. But So we toured the museum, which is 3 floors. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of weird stuff. They show you how they shrink a head. You see.
In case you needed to know.
In case you're wondering how to do that, go to Ripley's, put your camera on. You can videotape the whole footage of how to do it. They have some very cool displays. Some other things, cats that were mummified.
Mummified cats. If you ever wanted to see how they used to mummify a cat, you can see that.
But there's even more to my story. And there was a big Jack Sparrow when we walked in.
Made out of car parts.
Made out of car parts. But there's even more to our story because at nighttime, St. Augustine is considered one of the most haunted cities in America. It's been documented. There's been different ghost crews that have gone there to film. They have a lighthouse, which they say is really haunted. They say around the fort is very haunted. And Ripley's has their own ghost tour that takes you around the city to experience some of the haunts. Ooh,
the first night, though, we kind of walked it ourselves just to see because, like, you're walking and all of a sudden, boom, really old cemetery.
Which is creepy because it reminded me of Thriller because some of the tombstones are like broken.
It was like Thriller.
And then you see like do not cross tape. I'm like, why do they have a do not cross tape in the middle of a cemetery that's closed? I mean, ghosts aren't going to listen. Yeah. It was kind of weird.
It was weird. But you know what though? There's so much, like we didn't understand a lot of it. They had signs everywhere, and there was signs for different ghost tours everywhere. So we're like, okay, we're intrigued. Right. So we decided that we were going to do the Ripley's version because
they had a combo ticket with the museum.
Because it was cheaper.
No matter what we say, that's what it comes down to is that you got the museum and
Ripley's.
The tour.
It's Ripley's. So I figured if the kids, you know, I didn't want the kids to be scared. I was worried about our younger one being scared because I can't get him to do anything. Like you talk about going to Halloween Horror Nights. Now, mind you, I'm a big chicken too. We've gone over this before.
But we're going this year.
No, we're
Lorraine?
not.
Lorraine's going to pop in there.
No, Lorraine, you have to stay loyal to me and don't make me go. So, take my side, not his. Anyway, sorry. I lost my train of thought now.
You were going to talk about all the different ghost
tours
around town.
I was going to, but my whole point was that Aiden doesn't even like to walk past the opening gate of Horror Nights. What?
Where's the top one? Lorraine just commented.
Lorraine took my side, not his.
Anyway,
so I can't get him to go see fake scary stuff. So I thought, okay, if we're gonna do a ghost tour, maybe Ripley's wouldn't be so intimidating and he wouldn't be scared. So so you go and you sign up and they give you EVPs. Now those
EMF. It's a transmitter that's supposed to pick...
EVP is the voice one.
Yes. This is the one that picks up the frequency if there is anything that's in the area, which it can be set off by electrical wires and things like that. And they gave us an example on the train of how theirs doesn't pick up just by electrical frequency. So they were able to show us how it worked. Michelle dropped hers before we got going, so hers kind of didn't work the rest of the night.
It didn't beep at all.
Didn't beep once. So either there was no ghosts around her, or she broke it. Because everybody else's was beeping, and hers was sitting there.
I think mine was broken.
It was like this thing. It was just sitting there going, that's fine. But anyway, so they give you that, and they give you a laser which puts a grid on the ground or a wall or whatever, and you're supposed to be able, if there's an apparition or something there, you're gonna see the grid form on top of them.
Yeah, and see, we watch enough ghost shows to know. So, like, I think we talked about this last week. If somebody could probably remind me that I absolutely love Ghost Adventures.
Zach Bagans.
I love to go on a hunt with him. I'd probably end up crying.
You probably would. Aaron's more your speed.
Yeah, Aaron's more. Okay, so we love Ghost Adventures. That's on Saturday nights on the Travel Channel, and nobody's telling me to say that. I'm just saying
But I'm
there's no paid endorsement there.
Zach,
yes.
We're talking about you.
We're talking about you.
But actually, Zach has been to St. Augustine with the Ghost Adventures, and they did the lighthouse.
No, they didn't.
I thought they said they did the lighthouse.
No. They did Casas.
Oh, they did the fort.
Yeah,
they did the fort. And they got a lot of good audio and video footage and photos from that fort.
Yeah, so like they've been there. And then Ghost Hunters, the other show, the guys that are the plumbers.
Roto-Rooter.
Yeah, the Roto-Rooter guys that turned into Ghost Hunters.
Yes.
They did the Ripley's Museum. Right. So like people have actually...
We just gave away a spoiler of where you go on the Ripley's Ghost Tour, one of the places you go to.
Shoot.
Yeah,
all right, well, anyway.
That killed my thunder.
All
Next
right,
story.
wait.
H2O Glow.
Okay, we're going to lose people here. We're getting to Disney again, but this is this is a worthy mention. So we're gonna get back to Disney in 1 minute. So anyway, go ahead.
So you go to Ripley's about a half an hour before the tour is going to be, and we picked the 9 o'clock because it was just getting dark out, so we thought a little more creep factor, be more fun. So you get on the train, and they actually drive you on this train throughout town, which is kind of cool. And they took us to the first, and they're giving you a story the whole way. Our tour guide Daphne, not from Scooby-Doo, gave us some examples of things that have happened in the town, some of the stories, and she was taking us to this building that was on a former plantation. The Fairbanks Plantation, where they said this was a huge piece of land that was farmed, and people used to drop dead in the plantation working. And the man who owned it would just tell them, grab shovels, bury their body, and keep working. They wouldn't mark it. He would only mark down how many slaves he lost a day, so he knew how many more he needed. Yeah, that's how bad this guy was. He used people just to drop. So you go there first in this first building. This was a former museum, and they said they had to move the museum because every day they'd come in, things would be knocked off shelves. They wouldn't be where they were the day before. It was bad. So they moved across the street, actually. They're not on the plantation's land.
It was the Florida History Museum.
And now they're moving again because they're still having weird things happen at their new building.
Allegedly.
So you go in this first building, and they had turned it into a haunted house at one time, Ripley's did, and then now it's just a place where they bring you for 15 minutes is all they would let us tour it.
Yeah.
Old buildings, kind of creepy dolls and stuff all around. Kind of freaks you out a little bit. But you go there, you take all kinds of pictures, you get out of there. They put you back on the train, they take you on another drive. So they take you down another drive to town. You go through this one area where they used to do things really bad in that town. If you were not Spanish and a Catholic in that town, they pretty much thought you were a pirate and they would put you to death.
It was awful. The history of St. Augustine is awful. Like that whole city, according to the tour guide, there's like burial grounds like everywhere. The one cemetery was victims of yellow fever, and then they were talking about what yellow fever was, just horrific. And they would just pile the bodies on top of each other. And so she said it's very common there. If you're going to go dig, you have to call the city and tell them you're about to dig, because they will send a surveyor out to check the land to make sure there's no people in the land, because they find them all the time. She said they just found 21 bodies not too long ago, just digging up an area. Wasn't it by a restaurant or a pub? I think it was by a pub or something. They dug up the area for whatever reason, and they found 21 more bodies. So she said they're constantly finding. She said, yes, the city's 450 years old, but the land is 5,000 years old, that they can go back to Native American Indians. Sorry, Native Americans back then, I guess, would be the same. I'm not sure how you would say that. Never mind. 5,000 years of people living in this area. So she said there's 5,000 years of death and people in this land, and then there was the battles and the Spanish in there fighting the English and all that, and just pirates and all that. So it was awful. It was horrible, but it was kind of cool to hear the story the way she told it. She's very dramatic, which made it fun. She was super dramatic. She was. And then, we got to go take pictures at that old farmland. And then at the cemetery, which was creepy. I got a good one. I posted it on my Instagram. It's there from yesterday. Go look. I was taking a picture of. I document everything, and if you follow me, you know this. I take pictures of everything. So Scott and Andrew and Aiden are standing over taking it by this porch, and I wanted to get a picture of my family ghost hunting just because I wanted it, because we've never done it before. I go and look at the picture, and there's this weird, like, misty blob behind Scott. And there was nobody there. I'm just fat. No, it was. She says it was filtering and editing. No, it was not. You go look, because I even showed the girl on the tour. I was like, what is this? And she's like, send that to us. So I have to send it to Ripley so they can look at it. But my younger son got like orbs and things. And what's it called? Ghost ribbons or spirit ribbons? Yeah, I don't know. Whatever. Aiden got a ton of stuff. Aiden got good stuff. Really he was so into it, and he's the one who I thought would be scared. Loved it. But he loved it. And Andrew liked it too. I think he would want to do it again. So we went to the first building. We could get our pictures there. They take us around, tell some stories, take us outside the cemetery Michelle mentioned, where they buried a lot of people with the yellow fever, who died from yellow fever. Which is just horrible to even hear about the disease. They said a boat came in the shore, and they said it was a ghost ship, because she said almost everybody on there was dead when the boat got to harbor from yellow fever. And I'm not even going to tell you what happens with yellow fever. It was gross. It was very sad. But then at the end, they pull you into Ripley's, and I'm like, we're going back into Ripley's museum now. So they take you into Ripley's museum, and there was a murderer there, a man who checked in who's Mr. X. And you can look this up. And you can Google this stuff. You can Google it. You can Google it. 1944, 43. I don't know. It was a hotel that was owned by by like rich people and like old.
Everybody had tons of money.
No, there was like old movie stars and stuff back then that used to stay in this hotel.
She said, and that's how Robert Ripley came about it. He stayed there, and he wanted to buy it, but they would never sell it to him. So once he passed, his estate bought it, and that's when they turned it into the first Ripley's Museum.
Yeah, so they like in the 50s, they turned this into a museum. However, there was a double murder there, and they also said for whatever reason that they know of 18 different spirits that are allegedly there. Now, they don't tell you that when you're going to go to the museum. They wait till it's dark out, and then they bring you back in when it's dark in there.
Yeah, so the lady said there's been 18 different spirits confirmed in there. They've had so many different people come in there who confirm. I mean, it just depends. Do you believe it?
It was creepy.
It was kind of creepy. But I never had that feeling like somebody's watching me. I went through all my pictures. I took 1,700 pictures on this tour. I had my camera. They put it on live mode. Use your flash. I did all that.
It's because he had a crappy attitude. That's why.
I even went out there. I was taunting the ghosts. And that's what they always say. Don't taunt them because they'll come at. I taunted them. Maybe that's why I got kicked off of Facebook last night.
Because you were taunting
Because I was taunting the Facebook spirits.
No, see, we watched too much Ghost Adventures. Anyway. But yeah, so I was the skeptic, and I was like, I wanted to pull like the ladies over to the side and be like, okay, really, is this a bunch of crap or what? But I know they can't tell you that.
She had some good pictures though.
Yes. Okay, so the lady who was one of the managers at the museum, on the way out, she was showing pictures on her phone of stuff that they had gotten, and how that all kinds of unexplained things have happened, and they actually let you, take as many pictures as you want, and then they ask you, because it's such an active place.
It is.
That they want you to send the evidence. So
right,
and nothing is rigged, nothing. Because I was looking, because I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence.
And they tell you that from the start. We're not going to put actors to scare you. We're not going to make noises up. They say because we don't have to.
They don't have to.
And
it's awful.
And some of the people in the group did get some great photos. They were showing some of them. Aiden, like I said, Aiden got quite a few. Andrew got a couple. I went through and I saw a couple orbs, but then I think they're just bugs, I'm sure, outside. So I don't know.
So anyway, if you're interested in that sort of thing,
I would do it again.
St. Augustine is your place to go, because it's a lot of history, a lot of scary stuff if you like that sort of thing. The whole feel of the downtown area is spooky. I don't know how else to describe it. It is like you walk around and it looks like the cemeteries remind me of the cemetery in Hocus Pocus. Yes, I'm taking it back to Disney, but we stood at the thing, at the iron gates, and I could picture Sarah Sanderson swinging on the fence. It was like a Hocus Pocus movie set type of thing.
It kind of was, but it's real.
But it's real.
And we also, while we were there, we went to the beach, which if you like the beach, St. Augustine's beach is just, it was amazing. It was awesome.
Sometimes you just need time away. Like we are, work constantly, and I knew this week was going to be with the opening of Toy Story Land and all the stuff that I was going to be busy doing work stuff. Right. And so I thought if we could take the boys on a little hiatus overnight and go do something totally different that we haven't done before, then it would be a good thing. And they really enjoyed it. And it's really not that expensive if you guys want to, are interested in doing something a little bit different.
There's lots of hotels, lots of places to eat, so it's a fun time if you're coming to Disney and you want to take 2 days to go away somewhere while you're here to go check out some other areas around here. I would highly suggest if you've got a car to get there.
It is creepy and fun, and I think that I would like to take my parents there sometime.
I think we need to go.
I think my dad would enjoy it. My mom may roll her eyes and be like, seriously?
But they have the oldest schoolhouse in the world.
And my mom was a teacher.
So, and they say that place is haunted.
Everything is haunted there. Everything. And then they're saying, well, yeah, there's bodies under here and there. And I'm like, I don't know. It's horrible. It's a 2 hour drive, Josh, give or take.
Yeah. And we got spooked out just walking by the cemetery. There was a dead squirrel on the side. Oh my
God, there was a dead squirrel right outside the cemetery. It was awful.
Of all places. But anyway, highly suggest St. Augustine. Look it up. read some of the stories. Read
Check
about
it out.
the
Check
warden,
out my ghost picture.
the
on
Castle
Instagram.
Warden. If whatever you can read about, that's the name of the Ripley's building that it's in, because it was the Warden family who created it.
And there really was a double murder in there. Look it up.
There was 2 people who were murdered by Mr. X.
Mr. X is the only name he used when he signed into the hotel.
And they said they don't care when you're paying $200 a night and then 40s. They didn't ask.
They don't ask for it. It's not like how it is now, credit cards and all that crap.
Yes. So he got to do what he wanted.
So it's a real thing because I googled it.
Okay, so let's drive back home now to Disney.
Let's go back to Disney, shall we? All right. So maybe you're wondering why I have 2 glowing ice cubes in front of us.
I got another one over here.
This was my prop for the evening that we're gonna do Disney. I thought they changed colors.
They did. You gotta hit it like 4 or 5 times.
All right. Okay, I can't get it to do what it was doing the other night.
I'll show you that color. I like that
that's
color.
a good color. Okay, anyway. Those.
Those are our fake ice cubes.
Those are fake ice cubes that will be in the drinks at the all-new H2O Glow Nights at Typhoon Lagoon.
Boom.
Boom. There
Part
you go.
of the incredible summer festivities.
you didn't follow that all the way through. The incredible summer.
I was trying to think how I would add it in there.
Whatever. Yeah, actually, they used to have these glowing ice cubes at Frozen Summer Fun. You remember Frozen Summer Fun? I loved Frozen Summer Fun. Didn't you?
Yes.
Hey, yours is changing now. So do you guys remember that? Frozen Summer Fun? The Frozen fireworks at the studio were like my favorite.
They were fun.
Even if you were sick to death of Frozen, it was just a really...
They had to let it go.
It really... they had to let it go, but it was great.
They need these in rose gold, Robert just said that.
Robert! You need to write a letter to somebody.
That's a
Rose
$1 million
gold
idea.
ice cubes.
That's a $1 million idea.
That's a good idea. Okay, so these were in my Glow-Teeny, is what they called it. We're going to talk about.
And it was in my blue raspberry slushy too.
Yeah. Oh, did you get one in your slushie?
Yes.
It wasn't just for alcohol?
No, they were in the regular slushies too.
Oh, okay. I didn't have the slushie. I had the drink.
I had the
Shocker,
Well, she had
right?
some of the slushy in the drink to make it cold because it was melted by the time you got it.
I was having them like it was so hot outside Thursday night. I was like, can you put some of your slushie in my Glow-Teeny because it kept melting. But yeah, that's how hot it is. That's how hot it is. Okay, so anyway. Okay, is it working? Okay, it's working now. Anyhow, okay, so
Ooh, it's tricky.
Thursday night was opening night of H2O Glow Nights. And I did do a write-up about that and all that good stuff. But in case you didn't catch it, let's chat about it. And I made a little video, too, on our YouTube channel. So, again, Thursday was opening night. They had media out. And then they had some contest winners from Disney Parks blog. So, really?
Faithman wants to have fun too.
I can't. Okay, anyway, so we were there to cover. Lorraine said I should have jumped in the water. I should have, but I had to do media
They
stuff.
wouldn't let us do anything.
They
for
wouldn't
an hour
let
and a
us.
half.
They walked us around to show us everything that the event had to offer. We couldn't just go off on our own. We were with Disney people.
We met the vice president of the water parks and
yes, the guy who put the
bit.
event together. We got to see the merchandise for Glow Nights. Okay, so what it is basically is it's a separate ticket event. $55 for adults, $50 for kids 3 to 9. Right? If I'm doing this by memory, so if I'm wrong, feel free. Okay, so they have a dance party, like Partysaurus Rex type of thing.
Yeah,
like
there's an 18-foot Partysaurus Rex in the DJ area.
Yeah, it's like it's a dinosaur with a skirt on, isn't it?
In a wig, I think.
In a wig.
Yeah, it's from Partysaurus Rex, the short.
Yeah.
The Pixar short.
Okay. Okay, so anyway. Sorry, just started thinking about the dinosaur in a skirt.
Boom, boom,
And yeah, they have music. And which I love. If you know, I usually dance at least one time during our live broadcast. But anyway, so they have
a DJ here.
Oh my gosh, that would be so fun.
Why don't we get DJ to do an interview, but DJ
and then come and play
show.
music. No, because then Facebook would shut us down for copyright infringement on the music. Boom. It would not work. Okay. Anyway.
That just blew my night.
All right. Anyway, so Glow Nights. They have a DJ. And the DJ booth is right by the opening of their big wave pool.
Right.
So that he plays music, but they also have games. They had like a hula hoop contest. They had a water balloon contest.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff to get the crowd involved in the festivities throughout the night. There's that word, festivities again. There's
But he likes festivities tonight.
They kept everybody dancing. They were playing, of course, all the different group songs where you get out there and do the cha-cha slide or any of those songs. Right?
Just like Cupid Shuffle, which I love. And
She loves it.
love it. I have to Cupid Shuffle every time it's on. Anyway, so now I have that song in my head. Okay, dancing.
Sarah wants to volunteer as our DJ.
Please, I love to dance. I think meetup weekend, we need to have a dance night.
We're working on that.
Or a dance off. How about that? No, I'm kidding. But
Dance off.
I love to dance. Okay, all the basic dance party songs. Yes, Robert. And hi, Dad.
We're gonna start with Celebration, like Cool in the Gang. We Are Family. We're
No,
gonna take you back
not
to
that kind of dancing
1980s
stuff.
weddings playlist.
No Cool in the Gang. None of that.
What's wrong with Cool in the
crap.
Gang?
No. No.
Cool
I
on Earth,
mean,
Wind, and Fire,
no. Good stuff. Maybe we'll take it back maybe as far as the Tootsie Roll, but we're not gonna go past that. How about that?
I can't believe you just said it. No Earth,
No
Wind, and
chicken
Fire.
dance. No, Earth, Wind, and Fire play September. That's like on everybody's playlist.
It better be. If it's not, you're just not American.
But yeah, the Tootsie Roll is it should be on that list, right? My friends would agree.
I like the vanilla Tootsie Rolls. And the cherry ones are good.
Okay. Anyway. My God, it always goes to food, doesn't it? Because we really haven't talked about food.
And we haven't eaten yet today.
But let's talk about food since he brought up food. And
You're welcome.
I meant Tootsie Roll the dance.
You're welcome. 'Cause I
And
know
you
you're all
youngins that
food.
don't know what that is, go look it up. You'll be glad you did.
Well, or she could show you.
Or I can show it to you right now if you
Stand up here.
Okay. Anyway, food. Let's talk food. H2O Glow Nights has special food. And the one thing that stood out for me, of course, they had cookies. They were ice cream sandwich cookies, but oh no.
It wasn't just ice cream.
It was not ice cream in said cookie.
What was in said
gelato.
Double chocolate and cheesecake flavored.
Oh my gosh, it was sugar cookies with, yes, Michelle, let me see you Tootsie Roll. You got you, girl.
Tootsie
right? Your
Roll?
Tootsie Roll. And New Kids on the Block and wine. These are my people. These are my people. Okay, anyway,
Thanks,
gelato.
Sean.
Yeah. It's okay, we can leave him at home. Because I'm more fun. Okay, so anyway, gelato. I'm in so much
Let's see if
trouble.
Michelle's Facebook gets hacked again. Maybe she will be kicked off her page.
Sorry. I live to tease you. You know this. Okay, anyway, margaritas and M&M. That too, Robert, because we're from Detroit, so you know. Detroit. From the D.
D in the house.
Can I get back to gelato?
Go for it.
Okay, gelato. Okay, so cookies. Cookies with gelato. All right, and not cheap gelato either. It is the gelato that they sell at Disney Springs. So we know it's good stuff. So the sugar cookie, they had a sugar cookie with cheesecake gelato inside, which was fantastic. And then they had a chocolate chip cookie sandwich with chocolate gelato inside. It was outstanding. The only thing was that it was just so rich that you probably couldn't eat a whole cookie by yourself because it was probably like this, filled to... You're gonna get us in trouble. He's playing the Tootsie Roll now.
I shut that off though. If you go more than 10 seconds, Facebook shuts it
Yeah,
down.
more than 10 seconds, we're in trouble. Okay, anyway, gelato cookies, awesome. You should totally check those
They
out.
were very good. And they were big. They were good-sized cookie sandwiches.
Okay, so gelato cookies, what else?
They had that pork sampler
Yes.
plate, which looked really good. They didn't have a pork sample. They just had it so we could see it.
Yeah, and they had some sort of salad if you want to go that route. They had a burger that had...
Caribbean burger that had pepperoncinis and chipotle mayo on it.
That was like a spicy burger.
Mm-hmm.
What else did they have? What else? Oh, they had specialty drinks.
Specialty drinks, that's where these came from.
These, I may or may not have had, like, then I only had 2 martinis, I think.
So that's all she remembers.
No, I had 2. No, because it was too hot. You cannot drink like that when in the heat. It makes you sick.
You will drop.
So anyway, so they have glow-tinis, which taste like apple. I'm not exactly sure what's in it. They had like blue raspberry and some order of like a red slushies. Oh, what else? Oh, character meets. They have at H2O Glow Nights. They have a spot where you can meet Buzz Lightyear that's towards like the back of the park.
Yeah, he's by the Crush and Grush water slide.
And then there was
Josh.
I'm
not
reading.
You aren't fun.
Yeah, I'm not gonna read because I won't be able to hold it together. Okay, so they had Woody and Jessie.
Yes.
In another spot.
In the Pixar ball.
Oh, the Pixar, yeah, the ball too.
The giant ball. Yeah, we got that as we were kind of walking by quickly.
Yeah, they kind of like took us to the side. But yeah, you can. It's only on Thursdays and Saturdays till August 11th. Again, I'm going off the top of my head. August 11th. So it's a very limited amount of time.
16 or 12?
I thought I was going to say 16. I think it's only 16 nights total that they're doing Glow Nights, and it's part of the Incredible Summer.
My only thing is I think it needs to be a little bit longer.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can. It starts at 8, but I think you can get in at 7. But they don't start like playing the games and stuff until afterwards.
Yeah, it's after 8 o'clock when it all really started.
Yeah, I mean, and they do have some merchandise. They have some Toy Story merchandise. I don't know if it is.
Should have brought out my shirt.
Is specifically for that, or if it could be for all of Toy Story stuff, because everything that's going on right now. Sure. But again, Thursday, Saturdays.
Josh asked, "What's the reason for not doing it on Fridays?" I really don't know the answer.
That's an excellent question, because I didn't talk about not being prepared. I didn't even realize it was just 2 nights a week at first. I thought they were doing it every night or just the weekends. Yeah. And then I heard somebody in the back of the group say Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then come to find out it's Thursday and Saturday.
Which usually Disney does. Saturdays are usually the day they don't do parties, especially like Christmas and Halloween parties are never on a Saturday.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah. That's a great point. They do not do parties on Saturdays at Magic Kingdom. So I don't know. Maybe they're just trying something new. So
like I said, if it was a little bit longer, I think it'd be great. But it was a good party.
We have Michael who made it his first live show. Welcome to the craziness.
Welcome, Michael. You're never going to be back, are you?
You're not. Hopefully, you'll join us again next week. Okay, so so that is basically it for Glow Nights. Oh, and then just as a worthy mention too, the next morning I got up early and I talked about it on the radio again.
Yeah, she did. Joe Kelly was actually at the event, along with a lot of the other radio stations.
Yeah, they had radio stations there. And
Joe actually came to Michelle, and he wanted to do an interview with her there so he could play it the next day, but he was tired. He has to get up at like 2 in the morning. So he left, and Michelle just got up and called.
Yeah, he asked me if I'd be willing to talk about it with him on the air, and I said yes.
So of course.
So I didn't get to listen to it though because I was so tired the next morning and I had to get up early because radio stuff is early, and I didn't record it. But
they probably have it on the SoundCloud.
They may. Yeah, usually when they said they want to work with us more, which is awesome. So keep your fingers crossed and keep us in your prayers.
Yeah. We're gonna go out to the studio hopefully next week one morning. And
but we'll see. But yeah, so Joe at 96.5 WDBO has been working with us, and we thank you very much, Joe.
Yes, we do appreciate it so much.
And Laurel too. Laurel has been very sweet. So thank you, Laurel. So hopefully I'll see you next week. Okay. Anyway. And what else? You know what? We didn't really write down our questions because we've had such
bring them up.
Such bad problems. Let me see if we have any questions. Do you guys if you guys have questions, like real questions, Robert, not anything that's mean or it's going to make me laugh. If you have any real
will they come out with rose gold ice cubes for your drinks?
Yeah, will they come out with rose gold ice cubes?
These need to be rose gold.
If you want to, before we wrap things up or before I go searching for questions, if you want to ask us something, please do. We'll wait.
Now. Waiting.
Hi, Cheryl. And if you missed any of this broadcast, please, you can go back and watch the replay. I usually pin it to the top.
If you want to punish yourself, you can.
That is not even. This is, you know what? I don't care what you say. You can joke. the feedback that you guys have given us on this
It's
show.
been fantastic.
I mean, it does so well every
Look
week.
at how good this is lighting up right here. Like, you
It
see,
really
like,
is.
Figment is having a blast.
Figment is like at a rave.
You can never say.
You go, Figment.
I think next week we're going to have my Figment from
He needs a
Pop
glow stick necklace.
We want to decorate the whole counter with Figment.
Anyway, this craziness has done really well. I think last week's show got a reach of over 22,000 people.
That's crazy.
22,000 people
crazy.
watched this hot mess. And you know what? We have the best time.
Okay,
so
people are
thank
asking
you.
questions here. What are some low-cost activities to do there? Legoland. Legoland is not low cost. I will let you know that.
Diane, no.
It is almost the same cost as going to a Disney park. I think it's a difference of maybe $10 or $15 per day. So Legoland really is not a cheaper option. Some of the cheaper options, I would say, Gatorland.
Gatorland is cheaper and it's fun.
It is, and it's fun, and it's a half day. It's a good half day out there. What else is in the area? Old Town, if you just want to walk around, doesn't cost any money to go there, but there's some cool shops.
I mean, you can always walk around, Disney Springs, Resort Hop if you want to do something that doesn't cost a lot. But Legoland it's about an hour away, and it really is geared towards little ones. So, like the rides, if you are a Disney snob and you are used to big, phenomenal, blow your mind type of rides, you're not going to get that at Legoland. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying, if you have high expectations for big thrill rides and shows,
you won't get it at Legoland. That's Universal.
That's not happening. You could probably go down to Universal and get that if that's what you're looking for. But Universal isn't cheap either, so I know
But
we're
you got
supposed to be talking
SeaWorld that's
cheap.
close by, Aquatica, which is SeaWorld's water park, which is affordable. If you want to, Volcano Bay at Universal is there.
SeaWorld's water park is pretty decent.
I like their not so lazy river.
Yeah, they have a river that's not a lazy river. It's like the opposite. It's like a really fast river. Andrew, you know what I'm talking about. What's that called? Do you know?
You can almost surf it.
You kind of run it instead.
you
you don't get to float. It kind of you get your exercise, which isn't bad.
And then if you want to get your whole group off at the same time, it's impossible.
Oh, Suzanne just said about the Wax Museum. Okay, the Orlando Eye
that's right.
complex there, which is now Icon Orlando.
Icon Orlando.
They have the Orlando Eye, which is a 400-foot wheel, observation wheel.
Observation wheel. They have the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, which is probably the best wax museum I've ever seen in my life. The Sea Life Aquarium. Then they also have Skeletons Museum. And then
Lots of places to eat.
And then they just added the death spin ride thing. The death spin. There is no way on earth I would go to that.
What's it called? The Sky something.
Sky something.
It's that, I don't know if you guys saw it. I posted it on my Facebook page a few weeks ago. It's a big swing that goes up over 400 feet. And it spins you around.
But it's chain link swings hanging from that height, where I've seen them before. Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio has one, but it's actually metal structure.
If you look at the one at Cedar Point, so all my
Starflyer.
Thank you, Michelle Perkins. We're from the north, so like Cedar Point was our playground, like as far as amusement parks. Cedar Point has Windseeker, which is 300 feet.
350, I think.
And the base of Windseeker, if you want to look it up on Google it or whatever, Windseeker is metal, and it's got thick bars that hold the swings down.
And I think it's 64 seats around it, if I'm not mistaken.
And this one is not. This is like, you remember when you were a kid and like the swings that you like at a church festival or a carnival?
Yeah, the ones that
that's
go
what
up
it's
like
like, except it goes up 400 feet. I'm not doing it.
So the concept is there, but if it breaks, it's gonna hurt.
It's gonna hurt. You don't want your butt to go flying out onto International Drive. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what's gonna happen, but in my mind, that's what would happen, and that's why I'm not going.
But there really is a lot. iDrive has a ton of different tourist destinations.
Do the Wax Museum instead. It's safer.
King Bowling is over there.
Yeah.
Sluice Mystery Theater. There's a Titanic exhibit somewhere over there. There really is a ton to do in this town.
Oh, and Margaritaville.
City Walk is another
City
one.
Walk.
If you don't want to go to Universal, but after 6 o'clock at City Walk, parking is free. And they go till 2 in the morning. There's nightclubs on the second floor of that, which I do think it does cost to get in the nightclubs, but there's restaurants.
It doesn't cost to go walk around and do shopping and checking out the gift shops at the restaurant.
No,
they have the Chocolate Emporium over there. They have
the NBC Sports Grill.
the NBC Sports, and Margaritaville is where we
That's where
usually
we
go because I love Margaritaville.
But there's a lot of good places there. Lots of great shops. It's on the water. There's dancing. There's a Hard Rock over there.
Oh yeah, there's a Hard Rock over there too.
Hard Rock over there where they do concerts and such. So there's a lot to do there if you don't want to go to Universal, spend Universal's the amount to get in Universal's parks, but you can go to City Walk and check out things. And you can shop the City Walk store or the Universal store.
Yeah, I'm watching kind of out of the corner of my eye here. Our staff volunteering each other to do the swing, and Suzanne tried to throw Janelle under the bus, and Janelle just said nope.
I think Suzanne's going to do it.
I think Suzanne should do it.
Meetup weekend. We're going to put a GoPro on her and a lot of pillows. And that way she can also hit
pillows. GoPro and pillows. Yeah, because what could go wrong? And maybe like a big blow-up crash pad at the bottom.
We'll catch you, Suzanne.
We'll catch you, Suzanne.
And we're going to play dance music. So we want you to do the Tootsie Roll 400 feet up in the air.
Oh my God.
That's the end of this week's show.
Jeez.
She put ain't happening. Ain't's not proper.
Ain't happening. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, you could always do that. Okay. Robert's wife is volunteering.
Josh needs to come here because he said I'm glad I'm the West Coast guy.
Josh, you should be here for meetup weekend. Just saying.
Erica's gonna do it.
Okay, Erica. Oh, Erica, you want to do that?
Somebody asked if we dress up for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party.
Oh, that's a good question.
Michelle did Disney bounding of Rapunzel last year.
Oh wait, Lindsay said no way either. Our staff is just ditching us left and right on the Starfire.
So we're looking for a new staff member who's willing to take chances.
We need a staff who's ready.
What's the ride at Busch Gardens? The thing where there's a ride at Busch Gardens, which Falcon's Fury.
Then you look at the ground.
You go straight up a tower sitting normally, but when you get up to the top, it takes you and holds you like that.
You're looking at the cement. Boom.
And drops you down quickly. So
no.
Michelle said Gus will do it too.
Okay, you know what? But see, I just look up at that swing and I get heart palpitations. I don't.
You'll be okay.
Maybe,
she just needs a little liquid courage.
No. maybe we're just gonna skip that part. We don't need to cover everything in Orlando because Disney is our primary. But somebody asked, what else there is to do? Okay,
we could relaunch off TMSM with a whole new staff to do all the Daredevil stuff.
Okay, well, anyway, Halloween.
It's coming.
Halloween. Do we dress up?
Halloween, did we dress up? I have never.
Who's the fun one? Me.
At my size, it's not hard to find a costume cheap.
Ever. Lame. Anyway. So I for our party this last year, I did like a Rapunzel bound. I had a purple dress and I braided my hair and put flowers in it, and I pinned my Pascal Zoom.
You put a pin for Pascal?
No, on my dress.
Body piercing.
I pinned Pascal on my shoulder, and actually, you know what? I know it sounds really silly, and I'm sure y'all are gonna make fun of me. What?
Vivian said I would make a great Gaston. You know what? Every time I go to Magic Kingdom,
don't tell him now.
I go to the Magic Kingdom, people want my autograph and take a picture, and I just stand there and do a little pose.
Oh, for God's sake. Seriously, you don't even know what you opened a can of worms with.
I tell her that all the time. She says, you're crazy. Oh, I got somebody else who's on my side. Oh, I can go to the Black Mass. That's right.
Josh, did you see that picture? It was a good picture.
Thanks, Josh. Appreciate you saying I'm a black man.
Black Mass of whatever that was. Okay, anyway, so I did a Rapunzel bound, which to me counts as a costume. And as I was going to say, it was actually a lot of fun. Mm-hmm. And I actually felt very princessy and happy for the evening until it got rained on.
Yeah, a lot of people want pictures with you, though. I mean,
yeah, it was cute because people were kind of like, you know, oh, you look like just like Rapunzel. So at least people knew who I was supposed to be.
Scott Atwood.
Who, really?
Robert.
No.
Scott Atwood with his rose gold shirt and his smile.
All right. Anyway, so maybe we should make him be Gaston this year. That'd be pretty darn funny. The boys usually will wear something like Halloween shirts.
Aiden's dressed up though. Aiden was Captain America one year and Thor another year.
Yeah, my little one got the fake muscle shirts. You know that not the shirts but the costumes. They have like the superhero thing, and he was Captain America the one year.
I'm gonna get that for the Gaston one.
Jesus. So anyway, so one thing you want to keep. No. So one thing you have to keep in mind though, if you go to the early Halloween parties or even the later ones, it's still really hot. It's Florida. So like my younger son was Captain America and he had the whole muscle suit on and everything. He made it to right after the first parade and he was like, Mom, can I take my costume off?
Yeah, he was sweating
So
bad.
I had to end up putting his costume in a bag and he just had a Captain America shirt on because he was so warm.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, so I mean you can totally, there's, whether you want to, some people just wear Halloween ears, Halloween shirts, glow necklaces.
I usually wear my Jack Skellington jersey.
Usually wear Jack Skellington type of thing.
Michelle Bell Atwood.
No, Robert. Robert.
Doctor Strange and Scott. No. I am kind of strange. Thanks.
You are. He is very strange. All right. Anyway, so there's. Did we have another question?
I don't know, Michelle Bell.
No, my mom used to say Michelle My Belle when I was little because it was a Beatles song. Okay, never mind. Anyway,
You want me to play that one next?
No. There was a question. I'm gonna shut this feed off for a second.
So you're telling all these people their questions don't matter?
No, there was a question, but you said you weren't sure of the answer, remember?
I'm probably still not sure of the answer, but I think somebody watching may know the answer.
Okay, here we go. Oh, we know part of the answer to this. Catherine wanted to know about the scoop on Toy Story Land and Hollywood Studios Fast Pass tiers, because the tiers have changed for rides.
They have changed. Rock and Roller Coaster is no longer Tier 1. It's been moved to Tier 2, along with everything else, I believe, but Toy Story's 2 rides. Is that correct?
I don't know, is it?
Can
You looked last week. Does anybody know the answer to that?
I know. I've got a Toy Story Fast Pass for in July, where we have I think it's the Alien ride, and then we have Rock and Roller Coaster and Hollywood Tower of Terror all within one.
Yeah, you can get like better rides. Like before, you used to have to pick like a not so fun ride just to fill in your Fast Pass quota.
All 3 Toy Stories are one. So yeah, Toy Story Midway Mania, the Alien ride, and Slinky Dog Coaster. Those are the 3 Tier 1s. Everything else now is a Tier 2.
Okay, so I hope that answers the question.
So you're only going to get one of the Toy Story rides now when you go to the park.
Yeah, and you're probably going to have to wait in line 3 hours to go on
Probably.
the other ride. Because you got to remember, too, and it's still bad. Like, I want to use Pandora as an example. We still can't get in on the rides in Pandora most of the time. We kind of stopped trying. So keep that in mind as well, too, if you're visiting Hollywood Studios, that it's not going to be a quick, we'll just stand in the queue line to go on one of the new rides. It's going to be a long wait.
And I would say Toy Story Midway Mania would be the one you'll probably be easier to get.
It'd be the easiest to get because it's the same ride. They just have a new entrance. Same ride.
Yeah, try to get the other 2 if you can, and then hop on and go to a tower.
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to, it's going to be new rides, so you're going to have to put in your time standing in line.
Tier 2, the salads or the ride selection.
Okay, and then the other question.
Tasha's a crack
up. Has the digital rider switch started? Does anybody know the answer to that? Because I don't.
Digital. Didn't Janelle know about that?
Janelle, do you know about that?
Do you know about that one?
Are you still with us?
Janelle is the.
Janelle is like
NDE expert.
She honestly is. If I can't figure out what's going on, I ask Janelle because she knows.
Michelle Perkins said she heard it did. Vivian, that's a great idea. Halloween TMSM shirts.
Yeah. Oh, and another thing.
Great idea. I don't think it has. Okay. So somebody says yes. Somebody says no.
So we don't know the answer to that.
We don't have an answer.
But we can find out. So
we'll ask around for next week.
Speaking of shirts, I showed you guys the lantern shirt, or not lantern shirt, the lantern print that my good friend and talented friend Troy made me.
You have the button right next to you. Actually.
Oh, I do. I have the button here. This logo here that Troy made. People had asked about shirts. If you go in our shirt link that's in the event tab on the main Facebook page, we do have lantern shirts. Troy gave us permission to use the lanterns because people liked it so much.
And Troy is really, I know he's on.
Is he on?
Yeah, I saw him on earlier. But Troy, he really is an amazing artist. So we're going to try to talk to him more about maybe coming up with some new logo ideas.
Yeah, because we need, for the meetup at least, he's made us little graphics and stuff for the meetup.
He actually made this.
Yes, and if you can see, what does it say on the bottom?
The mainstream mouse?
No, here.
Oh, wanted dead or alive, Michelle Atwood, crimes against glitter.
Ken's glitter, and he gave me this magnet too. But he made it like a Flynn Rider wanted poster. So we're working on new designs, and I know that I could probably talk Troy into doing more. Right, Troy?
Right.
Yeah, we're gonna come out with like new
There'll
buttons.
be trails in for it.
Yeah. Can we bribe you with food,
Troy?
Troy? But anyway, before the meetup, we'll have new things that we want to put out. Maybe new buttons to give away.
And we're also gonna work on the jersey, like I have.
Yes.
And I'm working also on spirit jerseys for girls for the mainstream.
Yes,
So
we're gonna. Since spirit jerseys are the thing right now, and I'm guessing that they will still be the thing in December because they keep coming out with more.
Yeah.
That maybe we will have Main Street Mouse spirit jerseys. We're gonna work on it.
I talked to a few people about getting those made, so we're working on that.
Yes. So we're always working on something. Okay, so that's about it. We've gone on for an hour.
Wow.
And we don't want to occupy the rest of your
Troy
week.
put a heart up, so he's in. Troy, you just committed. Lots of work.
I want to be after you now, Troy. Okay, so anyway.
Sorry, Troy.
Sorry, Troy. This weekend, again, Toy Story Land opening to the public on the 30th. Yours truly will be there the 28th and 29th.
Follow along Instagram, Facebook.
So please follow along. I will give you guys as much information as I possibly can. Whether it's Instagram stories, Facebook stories, I've been trying to use that too. If they let me do any live feeds, then I definitely will do a live feed from Toy Story Land. And then...
and I think they will because they did
last year. I think they're going to
to
let us take pictures. But please follow along Instagram, the Main Street Mouse, all one word. My Instagram is Cindershella4.
Facebook is also at the Main Street Mouse, which hopefully
you're on.
YouTube at Main Street Mouse, and then on Twitter the Main ST Mouse. You can also follow me on Instagram.
No, that's backwards.
What? Is it?
Yeah, it's
that really backwards?
You said it backwards. Main Street Mouse on Twitter is...
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, Twitter is Main Street Mouse and YouTube is the Main ST Mouse. I'm sorry. It's been a long week.
It's been a long
and I'm on Instagram on TMSM_Avenger on Instagram, so you can follow me there. I don't post as often as Michelle, but I'm going to try to start doing that. That's my goal for this next week.
Yeah, so again, follow everything. If you haven't signed up for our YouTube channel, please do so, because it's very hard to grow that YouTube channel. But we will keep the replay of this show on Facebook tonight. Right. And I've been keeping it pinned to the page all week, so if you want to share with your friends, please do. And then you can watch it on YouTube as well.
I'll have it up on YouTube probably within an hour or so.
Carolyn wants to know what is on your pen or pencil. It's a Cinderella slipper. And it goes with my Cinderella notebook.
That's a very important question, she said.
And it says, one shoe can change your life. So that is...
Because you'll be limping.
And it's got all the high heel princess slippers that they made into Christmas ornaments.
Rapunzel on there?
It is, and I have that ornament. There's Rapunzel's shoe right there. So I hope that answers the question. So anyway, thank you guys so much for tuning in and having fun with us again. Hopefully next week we will be back on Monday.
That's the goal.
We don't have any technical difficulties again. And when things happen, we just kind of roll with it and we figure it out.
We stress out at the time, but then like 20 minutes later, it's like, okay, there's no.
Yeah, we probably shouldn't have flipped out, but we did because we don't want to disappoint you guys and people who actually tune in, and we appreciate all of you so much. So again, I will see you online Thursday and Friday from Toy Story Land at Disney Hollywood Studios, and I will definitely do a write-up for anybody who misses it. So please check back, and I will be talking to you soon.
Yep.
Right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you. Have a good night.